Hi guys, we're going to go ahead and look at our grammar and spelling words for the week. So our grammar focus this week is commas for introductory phrases. You can see that at the top here. So when a sentence begins with an introductory phrase, by the way, do you see a word in here that you kind of recognize? We have intro or introduce. If I add an E, if I drop the Tory and I add an E, introduce. So if I was to introduce myself to you, I would say, hi, my name is Mrs. Neuenfeld. Or an intro, the beginning of something. So an introductory phrase is introducing something or giving a introduction to the sentence. So when a sentence begins with an introductory phrase, the phrase is set off from the rest of the sentence with a comma. The introductory phrase is extra or not essential to the sentence's meaning. If you remove it from the sentence still makes sense. So it kind of gives a little bit more interesting. It makes the sentence more interesting. So maybe you're introducing the time of day or what you had for breakfast or any kind of extra information. So, for example, after a beautiful sunrise, we could hear the birds begin to sing. So if I got rid of the word, of the first part, the introductory part, we could hear the birds begin to sing, that would also be, that's a complete sentence. We have a subject, we have a verb, we have a whole complete sentence there. But adding this introductory phrase gives me a little bit more of a visual image of the birds singing and the sun rising and going from there. Okay, so we're going to underline the introductory phrase in each sentence, and I'm only going to do one of these for you because this section is pretty easy. Once again, the phrase is set off from the rest of the sentence with a comma. So you're looking for that first introductory phrase. So up here in our example, after a beautiful sunrise, you'll notice it's bolded. That right there is the introductory phrase. So we're going to go through and you're going to underline the introductory phrase. So let's do number one together. Before we go, we should make sure we have everything with us. So if I get rid of the before we go, can this stand by itself? We should make sure we have everything with us. So we have who should do it, and what are they doing? Yep, so that definitely works. So the introductory phrase is that first part. You can also see the comma right here, which means that this is the introductory phrase. So you're going to go through and you're going to underline all of the words pretty much that introduce the paragraph, the sentence. All right, down here at the bottom, we're going to rewrite each sentence using the correct punctuation. So in this case, we don't have the commas, so we have to figure out where is the comma going to go. So where is the part that can stand by itself, and where's the extra little bit of information? Even with Luis's goal, the team lost the game. Even with Luis's goal, the team lost the game. Did you notice where I paused? Even with Luis's goal, the team lost the game. So when you pause like that, the comma actually goes right where you pause. So rewrite the sentence and include the comma. Okay, and you try this next one on your own. I'll read it for you though, see if you can hear where I pause. Later in the day, we'll go for a bike ride. Okay, very good. So go through, underline all the introductory phrases up here, and finish this last one. Make sure to include the comma and rewrite the sentence. Later in the day, we'll go for a bike ride. All right, so we're going to take a look at our next R-controlled vowels. We have R and OR. So we're going to write the spelling word that matches each definition. So we have the word sort, So to sort something would be maybe to sort it by color, to sort it by size. Horseback, so sitting on the, obviously you're riding a horse, so you're sitting on the horse's back. Horseback riding. Chartered, so if you charter something, usually you're chartering a boat or a vehicle to take you somewhere, so you're renting it. Okay, so you're renting it, or what's called leasing. Spare, so if you have a spare tire in the back of your car, just in case one goes bad, or a spare set of socks in case you get your socks wet. Fair, so is it fair that we have to do homework every night? No, it's totally unfair. Participate means to take part in an activity of some sort, so maybe you are participating in student council or you participate in sports. 4, well, that's a number, so the number 4, and a chore. So a chore would be to do some housework around the house, or maybe your chore is to clean the bathroom, or to take out the trash, or make sure your laundry is picked up and put on your hamper, whatever. So here we go. Let's go ahead and write the spelling word that matches each definition. To take part in an activity. So which one of these words meant to take part in an activity? That would be participate. A job that needs to be done regularly. Well, usually that's a chore, right? So if I'm cleaning my room, well, I'm probably having to do it every week, right? Or laundry or doing the dishes. It needs to be done regularly, otherwise you don't have any clean clothes or you don't have any clean dishes. To set aside to use when needed. To set aside to use when needed. That one is a little tricky. So our word sort right here actually does mean that. So when you're sorting things, usually you're setting them into different piles, right? You sort them by color, you sort your socks maybe away from your pants and you put them in different areas, so you set it aside for when it's needed. So the word sort actually goes right there. And then hired a bus, boat, or plane for private use. Well, we talked about that. That is chartered. Sometimes you'll see the big buses around town with lots of tourists on them. They're chartered a bus. Reasonable and just. Reasonable and just. That is fair. Okay. All right, so now we're going to write the spelling word that goes with these other words. 2, 3, that's right, 4. Rented, leased, if you can remember, that was chartered. Organize, classify, or sort. Riding, saddle. Ooh, what would go with riding and saddle? Which of the words up at the top? Riding and saddle. Let's get rid of the ones that we've already used. It's not that. It's not sword. Oh, what about horseback? Yeah, that would work perfect. A horse needs a saddle, and usually you ride a horse. To join, to partake, to participate. An extra, backup, a spare. Ethical, equal. So you all probably are getting ready for possibly Halloween this weekend. If it's equal, that means everybody's going to get the same amount, which is also fair. And we only have one word left, a job, a duty, a chore. All right, so that is our commas for introductory phrases and our R-controlled vowels. You'll also find in the packet that I included some cursive pages for you. This is from the Learning Without Tears program, so you are welcome to practice your lowercase t's. You're going to travel up, and then you travel down and away, and you travel up, down, and across. Okay, and then try it again. Okay, and H, travel up, then down, travel up, down, and around. Up, over, down, away. And then for the E, travel up, turn, and travel down and away. Oops, I already messed it up. Okay, for the lower I, we travel up, travel down, travel away, and then you add your dots. Practice those, and then there's another page right here, and it says to start on the dots. You're more than welcome to add more as necessary. Okay. And practice, and then there's some words right down here for you to practice writing as well. The hard part about cursive is keeping it all together in one nice long line. So try practicing it right down here. Do your best. If you need to get out a piece of binder paper, grab out a piece of binder paper. Practice writing the word the, and tie, and tea, and hit, and he, and it. And make your letters the right size, place the letters correctly, and make sure you're connecting the letters. So really practice these letters. These are really important stuff. And next week we'll have some new words. All right. If you have any questions, make sure to ask your teacher. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Peace.